That's the way you makes Paraka groove. Yo, yo, Paraka. Here we are. You know you're gonna lose. Paraka. What's up, everybody? How's it going, everyone? And welcome to BioTalk Live, coming you here from YouTube. Hoping all my sound is working out. I've basically no camera this weekend as my roommate has brought it up to San Francisco to use for the weekend. Actually, that's where I was for about a week. But I'm back, I'm here, I'm ready to spend an hour of just chit-chatting, talking Bionicle, talking everything. I do have something I got to show you guys that I'm very excited about, just got in the mail. But yeah, this is like the highest quality webcam I own, and the highest quality microphone right to my left that I have. So for the time being, we'll talk for an hour and make it work. It's great to see everyone here. Obviously, I've really enjoyed kind of old YouTubers coming back to my channel. If you haven't noticed over the last week, my top 10 Bionicle songs video did great. The Bionicle Dream video has done awesome. It's at like 20K, so I'm very pleased with how everything's going, and honestly, reintegrating myself into the community is great. Yeah, let me know. Is my microphone working? I'm hoping it's the right one. I'm trying to not use my laptop mic, so that way it's at least a little better. But good to see you all. Jared PC account, Chuglet, good to see you. Paraka Avok, good to see you. BioScroll97, Marcus, Alien Kid 360, Yoshi Dude, TT Tallbox, great to see you. The Man in Black. All right, great to have you all here. Yeah, it's been a really nice week. I was up in the Bay Area filming just some commercials because that's kind of what I work in. You know, freelance video. Other than that, it's unemployment, but that's what happens during these times, am I right? Showed my roommate Bionicle Mask of Light. If you guys saw it, he had an interesting view on it. Like, of course, imagine like for the first time ever, you know, seeing a movie like that, you know, you've not exactly grown up with Bionicle, and in a way I think for a lot of people it was an introduction, but he had no idea, you know. He had no idea that they even had a movie. If you guys have seen this new poster I got this framed actually recently. Kind of like on I think it was on Etsy or Redbubble I got it, and basically just like got it framed the other day. It's awesome. Yeah, Mask of Light has definitely not aged incredibly well. I will say that there are parts of it that are still really good that I love. The music being here. I can make focus on me a little bit more. Yeah, the music being one of them, of course. The music is just awesome. But I will say, just some of the animation doesn't exactly hold up. 2003, straight to video. You know, I think like the message is there and the story is there. You know, but it was interesting to see my roommate and kind of his side on things. Joseph, good to see you. Mask of Light, yeah, sadly not aged well, right? Clips Films, Melbourne, good to see you. Jared's PC says, I just introduced one of my friends to Bionicle Story. That's great. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do with my roommate. It's like, the lore is so intense, and it's like, you know, I'm not going to expect him to read all the novels and all the comics, because, like, that's very much a thing that either you grew up with or just you're nostalgic about now and you want to get into. But I'm going to show him all the movies and show him, like, Nick on Planet Aquaman on Nick on Planet Ripple on YouTube's, like, 1 hour kind of, like, deep dive into all things Bionicle. I've been showing him snippets of that between each film. When he's back in town next week, we're going to watch Legends of Metru Nui, which, in a way, I think he will appreciate more. He likes kind of cities with advanced technology, and that kind of a story with, like, just the Toa is going to be interesting. All right, Toa Legend, good to see you. Still a classic, though. Prime nostalgia points. Yeah, no, totally. The old CGI is painful. Sometimes it is, and the music is great. Does your roommate seen Shapeway's Bionicle parts? No. Talking about Shapeways, though, I'm shown it on other videos, but this is a Kanohi How Tahu's ring that I actually was able to find on Shapeways. Apparently, it was under the Order of Matanui ring, but it's awesome, and I like wear it every day. It's great. Jared PC account. Crazy how Lego could create such complex lore. I know, right? Tarker's channel of random things. Hello, I'm just gonna sit here and listen while I build Toa Matanui. That's awesome, man. A part of me wants to save up and buy some Bionicles. I have almost every single one back home in Seattle, but it would take a lot to bring them down here. And let's just say it's hard to store everything when you're living with a bunch of roommates. Joseph, good to see you, says Makuta Pterodax is like David Xantos or Emperor Palpatine level manipulative mastermind. Pterodax is the best Lego villain, bar none. Probably. The Man in Black says, Zach, I just got 3 Toamata, 1 Toanuva, 1 Borak, 3 Tahunga with their discs for $40. Best deal ever. That is awesome. And in the past couple weeks, I'm sure you guys have heard, I was like obsessed with collecting little Matoran Tahunga. They call them Mictoran because they were McDonald's sets. Let's just say, if I wanted to custom make like 3 from each village, it was looking on Bricklink to cost upwards of $400. They are only going up in price. I think this whole reinvigoration of like the Bionicle community at large that's kind of been happening recently is affecting the price per piece on Bricklink and on eBay. And I mean, I saw a lot of like, I think 7 or 8 Tahunga McTorrens, like the McDonald McTorrens, going for like, it ended up going for like $150. It's like, why? That's just wild, you know? It makes sense, totally makes sense. And it's such a thing, like, it's hit or miss. Some Bionicle fans like them, some don't. I find them really charming and cool, and the fact that they're pretty much, like, legitimately the first Bionicle sets, actually, like, in a way, besides, like, prototypes. Definitely fascinating. I think that's why people are so obsessed with them. Also, like, the Matanui online game, you know, those are the characters you kind of grew up with when you first got into Bionicle, at least for some people. Marcus says, yo, I finished recreating an Anua Nuva today. That's awesome. Joseph says, I'm currently working on buying all the parts for a Pterodax mock. That's great. Yoshi, dude, Pterodax is Beast Wars Megatron, in a way. Jared says, the Biomedia Project is great. I introduced my friend to it, and he loves it. Yeah, I mean, the Biomedia Project is the #1 website I would send to anyone who wanted to get into Bionicle, because it's quite literally has everything. It even has, like, some of the old websites up there. So if you wanted to, like, put yourself in the shoes of a Bionicle fan for those 10 years of G1. That's the website you send them to, 100%. Clips Melbourne says, did you see Aussie prices on eBay? It's crazy. It is. They just go up. They're so expensive. Tarker's channel of random things says, people are army building Tahunga because they want Matanui online game villagers. Yeah, me too, dude. And I wanted to do that, and I talked about that like 2 weeks ago, and I think because of that alone, a lot of the competition on Bricklink went up, and that's why I can't buy any of them. T Tallbox says, honestly, I can't wait to have a job and buy all the Lego Bionicle I want, right? I mean, if I won the lottery, 100K, 300K, $1 million, first thing I'm doing is buying probably as much of the Bionicles as I could. Ones that I at least know I don't have in my collection were just a handful of Matoran, maybe some of the Vizorak. I don't think I had all of them. But I mean, I have every one. It would mostly be McTorn. I'd want to recreate like as many of the McTorn characters that are in Matanui online game, just for the hell of it, you know. Marcus says, I'm going to put this in the background while I'm doing homework. Great. Swedish Link, my first Bionicle ever was Kopaka Nuva. That's a great first set. Kopaka, if you saw the video with my roommate and I going over Mask of Light for the first time, he realizes, and I didn't even realize it, is like Kopaka is the most OP character. I mean, he handles all the Rockshi himself. Like, he crushes it in that movie. I didn't even realize it really until I really thought about it. Jared says, I was searching for stars on eBay. They go for like $20. It's not terrible, but still, like, that's not great. They were like $5. Clips Melbourne says, some Bionicle parts are cheap, extremely rare to find in OP shops, or yeah, charity store, yeah. Joseph, luckily, the most expensive part I need for the Pterodax mock is the mask. Yeah, you can find custom masks. Like, I'm pretty sure if you go online, you can find custom Pterodax masks. All right, check this out, guys. Now, this is what I got in the mail. I ordered this on Etsy about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right when I started BioTube. I was hoping it would get here sooner because I thought it'd be really fun to, like, open up some of the live shows with this. Here it is. Vakama's mask. Boom. Life-size replica. Pretty dope. Pretty awesome. This is custom made on Etsy. I have the information right here. It's this guy that makes all of these. He makes like at least I think the first 13. Yeah, it's a great Kanohi Huna, the original orange. It's on Etsy. You can search. It's like Masks of Power. So if you search Masks of Power on Etsy, now I think this was around like $60, $50, then plus shipping and stuff. It came to about $80, $90. But I'm trying to like, and it's like really good quality too. I'm trying to like essentially get some straps that I can put on and like actually wear it during some of the shows. I just think that would be really funny. It'd be like a fun thing to do, you know. It's kind of a quirk. But yeah, he has a bunch. Like I wanted to buy all of them, you know, but obviously I can't. He had Pohatu's looked like probably the best one that he makes. So if you go on Etsy and you go to Masks of Power, it's an independent Etsy creator. He makes these, and I just like think this is awesome. Yeah, it'd be great for cosplay. I just think like this mask to me, I could have gotten, you know, a bunch of other masks, but I really wanted this one because it's kind of cool to have a life-size version of Taraga Vakama's mask. Um, you know, it's like perfectly proportioned too. Like I'm looking at the detail, it's insane. He does a really good job. You can get them infected, you can get them like battle scarred, you know, all in any color. I could have got this in blue if I wanted, you know. Obviously, I'm gonna get the classic orange, Mata orange, but definitely, definitely love this mask. Definitely love that I picked this up for sure. Um, so yeah, here, where can I put it? Maybe I put it right here for now. um, yeah, let's talk. I'm trying to decide. So I want to make another topic video for next week. I'm thinking of doing is love canon in Bionicle? Why are Bionicle fans so defensive? And I'm not gonna use the word toxic. I'm just gonna try and highlight whenever I do that video, it's like highlighting why we love it so much because it was such a unique and rare franchise. Then I was thinking like doing top 10 for a couple of other ideas, you know. Obviously there's like you could do top 10 sets, top 10 Toa, whatever. Eventually I'll get around to that. I want to talk about like how Bionicle, you know, it's like spoilers, but like Bionicle's an allegory for like battling cancer because like the creator or the visual creator, if you don't know, Christian Faber like was battling cancer. He had like had a tumor, and so he was taking pills, and one day he was like in his kitchen, you know, take some pills, chug some water, and then went, what if that'd be great if there were little heroes inside these canisters that are like these pills? And I just think that's like it's an allegory that a lot of people don't know Bionicle's like kind of started as, and like the whole reason there's a giant Machinui robot and all that. I just think it's like really fascinating for even non-Bionicle fans to know that would be I think would help shed light on why we love it so much as well. There's a bunch of other ideas. I like wrote it down, like, you know, similarities and like going over the movies, reviewing the movies. Obviously, I'm gonna watch the other two movies with my roommate, no doubt. I was thinking of doing like a Bionicle meme review in the style that like PewDiePie does his. Literally like same editing, same sound bites, but like I just go through the Reddit subreddit of Bionicle memes and I just like go through them. I could make like one or two or three of them. I think they'd be hilarious. Because there's just like so many Bionicle memes out there. So I thought that was like a good idea as well. You know, just a lot of stuff. Like there's so many like top 10 masks. And what if Bionicle came back? What if G2 never ended? What if G1 never ended? You know, I like that I got the top songs out of the way. I think like, you know, going over like Bionicle shoes and toothbrushes was a cool idea. Bionicle and McDonald's I have on here. Um, I don't know. Top mind-blowing moments. I don't know. There's a bunch. There's so many. I wrote them on my computer as well, but there's a lot of things I could do. There's a lot of things. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. BioScrawl, Unity, Duty, Destiny. The Man in Black. I still can't find my Takua and beloved Puku. Oh no. Do you think like Lego would completely revive Bionicle, or would they just do a tribute? Probably a tribute. If they revived it, I'd say, I always tell people there's probably a 5%, 10% chance that in the next 10 years they'd bring Bionicle back, like actually back. It's still a chance, but it's pretty rare. Lee Khan was my favorite Toa, says Swedish Link. All right, Swedish Link, that's awesome. Yeah, you guys loved that mask. It was great. It was a good purchase, no doubt. I do not regret it. Jared says, not gonna lie, the Mari Matoro is my favorite Toa. Interesting. Well, in story-wise, he is one of the best. Luis Ramirez, where is the link to this? I don't have a link in the description. I almost should put the description. Um, um, it's, let me see. I mean, you go to maskofpowers.etsy.com. Yeah, masksofpower.etsy.com. That's where you'll find these, and they have them all types. Let me put this in the description. Masksofpower.etsy.com. And that's where you can find these. Like I said, they go for about 60 a pop unless you want like battle damage. And then there's, $15 shipping, $5 tax. So they come to about $80 minimum. But they're such really nice quality and like life size, and obviously you could cosplay with it, but I also think it'd be fun to just like hang these guys up. So masksofpower.etsy.com. I just added it to the description. So there you go. Clips Films Melbourne says, the fact it may confuse you. I thought Kopaka and Hitori Soma have different moods. I don't exactly know what you're talking about. Yoshi dude, topic right there. Why is Bionicle the last great toy line? Well, a big topic video I want to do is like why there will never be another Bionicle. Ethan H says, sup Zach? How's it going, Ethan? T Tallbox, bro, Bionicle meme review would be sick. I know, right? I think like also like not even Bionicle fans could like enjoy the video. That's kind of what I want to do, is make videos for the fans and you guys obviously, but like also fans that like a wider audience could appreciate and like find meaning in, find like some sort of, like there's so many people that grew up with Bionicle, like my roommate Andrew, obviously not as into the lore, but has no idea about all this stuff behind the toy line and everything. I call Rahaga Mini Rockshi, says Swedish Link. Yeah, they pretty much are. Really weird. Seth Catalano says top 10 Bionicle babes. Wouldn't be impossible, but might be kind of weird. Don't know if Greg Farshty would approve. T Tallbox, I remember when Bionicle Siren Headmock showed up on PewDiePie's meme review. I know, right? Waluonicle? Was it Waluigi Bionicle? It's funny, PewDiePie's referenced Bionicle a couple times. When Kanye West came out with those new shoes, he said, oh, Bionicle shoes, like that meme. It's funny. Clipstills Melbourne, I still wonder if you would live stream Bionicle Heroes in the future streams. I could again. It was tough, though. It took 2-3 hour streams, basically. A little under 5 hours to defeat that game. Tarker says, Leecon is probably my favorite as well. Interesting. Bioscrawl said, I saw that in his video. Bionicle forever. Good to see you, man. Tempted to get an Akaku. Yeah, dude. I mean, he has a bunch of them. Not every single mask, but like the original 12, I think he has all of them. He can make them at least. He probably has molds, but he might make them himself. BioTube, good to see you, man. Clips Films Melbourne, I would like to talk about the games, models, and some confusing things developers had made. Oh, okay. So you mean like stream playing it and while playing it talk about the game itself and models, and yeah, totally. I also think it's worth making a video of. People have done that, but the more you know, the better it'd be. A better video it'd be. BioTube, I keep getting unsubbed for some reason. I don't know. That's weird. Does anyone else have your login? If I recall, I'm pretty sure you allow people. It's like a community YouTube channel. Am I wrong? And I think like some people in your community must be doing that for some reason. I don't know, dude. It's weird. Like, come on, we're all community. Like, it's funny that like to this day there's still people who have like things against me, and the things people have against me are, one, like I dropped off of YouTube for a bit, which kind of everyone does, especially if you like are trying to have a life, and then two is the fact that like my reviews were cringe back in the day, but it's like I was 12 years old, 13 years old. Of course they're cringe. People do them so much better. Look at All Out Brick on YouTube right now. Even LJ's reviews, like people do them better now. Like you can't really hold that against me. I was never mean. I was never like an asshole online. So it's interesting that there's still some people who just like do not approve of me coming back to BioTube. But it is what it is. The majority of you are here in Dune, so like I just kind of let all that go by and pass behind my mind. I really don't care. Bioscrawl, if PewDiePie does a Bionicle meme review, I'm going to sell my collection to him. Not. Love is not canon, says Jared's. Well, it depends. Love is not canon. The way Greg Farshty explains it is kind of like how George Lucas says Greedo shot first instead of Han shot first. All the fans and all of the proof there is that it is canon. All the fans and proof that is Han Solo who shot first. It's just the creator kind of being a little funny, being a little like narcissistic. I don't know. Love is definitely canon in Bionicle. There's no doubt about it. Now, is like reproduction? No, not really. They were all kind of created by the great beings, but definitely in a way, love and that feeling, that emotion is for sure real. Are you kidding me? If unity and duty and destiny is real, you have to like love one another to have those things, right? Not even romantically. Have you done Matanui Online Game 2? Asks Marcus. Yeah, I've played it. It's harder to do a walkthrough. There's almost no clip scenes, which kind of doesn't make it that fun. But it's something I could think about doing in the future, you know. But it's very much like a pulling resources kind of game, and it's very repetitive. You know, you go back to a lot of places very frequently. Marcus explains, yeah, the Rahaga are mutated Toa, and they got reverted, but they're still Toa, and they're not really Turaga, they're Rahaga, you know. They're kind of like Turaga, but a little different. Chuglet, had to drop out to see PewDiePie referencing Bionicle. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sure someone put together like the clips from his he's done it like 3 times. All right. Yoshidu, do you check your Instagram DMs? I do. You know, sometimes it will like you have to go in and find them. Especially if I'm like not following said person. But yeah, I answer my Instagram DMs. I only have like 700 followers on there, so if there anything happens on my Instagram, it stands out. Cliffstone's Melbourne and Bionicle Stars, the official promotions stop motion shorts. I noticed leg pieces and I think they modified them to bend. Yeah, I have no idea how they did that. I agree. I remember watching those animations by a really famous stop motion animator on YouTube. He did that. The Lego company hired him to do all the Bionicle Stars, and I can imagine they sent him like, you know, 30 Rockshi Bionicle Stars, and he did something where he was able to get them to bend. Now it might be CGI, because he definitely has a bit of that in his videos, but if not, I can only assume is one, Lego sent him customized pieces that do that, but that's like a lot of work, you know, just for little videos. Or 2, he like had the tools, took them apart, and then like folded them so that way there would be multiple versions of legs, so some, and like glued them together, so some that were slightly more bent than others. I think that could be a way he did it. So for every single frame, or maybe every 4 frames, 5 frames that he takes the shot with his camera, he switches out the piece. But isn't that insane how like what a task that would be? Yeah, Patrick Bovin was his name. Bioscrawl, you got it. Patrick Bovin. Bioscrawl. Pewds must review Bionicle Babes. Jared's account. Clips/scenes. Do you know tree speak? Tree. Sometimes I find myself talking in tree speak. I will admit. I do find myself talking in tree speak quite frequently. All right, we got 23, 24 people here. This is great. Awesome. Great to see you all. Like I said, I'll probably put up a poll asking you guys what you want for the next topic video. And I'm thinking like either like love is canon, Bionicle is an allegory for cancer. I think why Bionicle fans are so defensive about the property they love are great ideas. I think just top Bionicle music scores is also a good thing. Like the Bionicle films have amazing music. Maybe going into the films themselves, doing like pros and cons, you know, all those stuff like unknown facts. I don't know. I have to like go in and look at my list, but there's a bunch. I think like down the line, and I'd love to like collab with 1 or 2 people, but I want to do like a BioTube retrospective on like all the Bionicle YouTubers from the past 10, 15 years and like where are they now, or you know, just reminiscing over like, you know, what they do. I think it'd be fascinating because, you know, we were all a good amount of us were a big part of that. Marcus, I never realized it was stop motion. Yeah, that goes to show you he did a really good job. Bionicle Oculus Studio. I am making a large mech that can hold a Hero Factory figure. What are some tips to help keep it supported? A large mech to hold a Hero Factory character. I mean, it sounds great. What are some tips, like building tips to keep the mech supported? I would look up on YouTube. There are a lot of like mockists and like online that can kind of help you with the way you build pistons and legs and the way you can kind of like really reinforce like the integrity of a mock that you make. Tucker's channel of random things. He made, you're speaking of Patrick Bovin, the stop motion guy for Bionicle Stars commercials. He made a BTS on it a while back. Basically, he modified the parts to make them look more movable. Yes, that's what I assumed, and it sounds like I was correct. He modified parts, took them apart, like cut them up, melted them, glued them back together so that they were at different angles for all those shots. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Clips Films Melbourne. For anniversary set, it's going to be reissue of G1 or updated new parts or something. I don't know. I still believe that if, there's two things. One, if Bionicle is the selected 2022 set, it will probably be system. It will be system. And because they aren't, I mean, they could make this set, this 90th anniversary set is going to be in the $150 to $250 range. It's like going to be an 18 plus set. And there was not a single, besides like the vehicles, there was not a single Bionicle set that like cost that much money. The play sets did. So if they did do that, I think they're going to like do system, but make it like a giant Matanui robot or like a play set of like Taku's Journey. These are two Lego Ideas projects that you can find on Lego Ideas right now. I think I would put like over 50%. I'd go over on like betting that that's what would happen. Otherwise, I actually do have this new theory that they are going to do either 2 or 3 90th anniversary sets of the top 2 or 3 that won, and just say like the final poll was just to get like a marketing thing, just to understand like where the market was at. Or that the 90th anniversary set is going to be an amalgamation, a combination of like Bionicle Castle. Like it'll be a fun little combiner set of like a bunch of shit. I don't know. That's just like a theory I've had recently, you know. Bionicle Forever. In the Bionicle Stars animations, it looked like it had a metal hinge in the middle of the piece of the neck to make it bend from what I saw in the video. I wouldn't be surprised if Patrick Bovin took those pieces apart and put them back together in a way that made animating them a little easier and to look a little more realistic. Lord Find a Guest, good to see you. I didn't know someone had things against you. Also, hello. I mean, everyone does. No matter who you are on the internet, you know, 20 fans, 500 fans, a million fans. There are always going to be some people that are haters. And like, that's just how it goes. And I understand why. But again, I was like 12 or 13 years old. They were like full grown adults, like making fun of my reviews back in the day. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. Like I'd go to BritCon, all these conventions, and like meet a bunch of my fans. But there would be 1 or 2 dudes, usually older than me, that would come and say like, you know, screw Legomation and all that shit and run away. And I'm like, I mean, one, like how little and sad do you have to be someone like that? But it existed. It was out there, no doubt. But never really, it doesn't get to me at all. I look at my videos now and it's like 98% upvote. You know, it's like we're doing just fine. Cutting through the haters like butter. Dorothy Josephina says, it makes me extraordinarily happy to see the Bionicles gaining a resurgence now that its fans are adults. Exactly, right? And who knows? Maybe something will come of this, right? What if one of us, one of the hundreds of thousands of fans, becomes like a multimillionaire and they're like, screw it, I'm going to contact Lego, I'm going to invest in this IP, let's do something, like a TV show, something, you know, comics again, something. Who knows, dude? Could happen. Could very well happen. Only problem is Lego is so defensive and like all about holding their IP that I don't know. I don't know if it could happen. We'll see. But yeah, it's awesome. I love that, Dorothy Josephina. It is pretty epic. I'm a big fan of that. Bionicle Studio. Yes, thank you. Eye of Thrender 3NDR says, what do you think of the Quest for Matanui fan game that's in development? Awesome. I've been talking about it a bunch on my live streams. I think it looks epic. If this, like, I would pay money. I know it's like non-profit, and they're doing it, you know, with no money involved, but I would pay, dude. I would pay $10 a month to be a member of that game, you know, to play that game. It looks amazing. Now, how deep is it going to go? It's tough. I mean, it's not going to be like a Red Dead Redemption, but Bionicle. Those games take 4 or 5 years of development, sometimes 6, 7, 8 years of development, and hundreds of millions of dollars go into those. And I know for a fact that the people creating this new Bionicle video game, like, don't have that kind of cash around. So it'll be great to play. It'll be really nostalgic. And I'm looking forward to it, but I don't think it's going to be wild, you know, nothing too crazy. Because that's just like so hard to do unless you're a big studio. Bioscrawl says, most likely to be system. Yeah. They cannot and probably won't bring back the old molds. I agree, unfortunately. Tarkur's Channel of Random Things. If they make an anniversary set, they should at least bring back the gold Ignica mold. I mean, I'm sure there's some molds. No doubt, guys. Like, there are some Technic Bionicle molds that do exist, you know, no doubt. And I also have a theory that I understand, like, they have to, you know, recycle molds and melt them down and rebuild them up. But I think you'd be hard pressed not to find like in a Lego factory a good amount of old molds. Maybe not like the original Toa torsos, but something along the lines. You're gonna find some stuff, no doubt. Marcus says, yeah, it'll probably be system. I agree. Also, Duckbricks mentioned they've probably destroyed the construction molds, at least most of them. Yeah, Duckbricks is a great channel if you guys don't know. I'd love to do a collab with him one day, but he's awesome. Has an insane collection of Lego. Like, oh my god, it looks like an entire house of Lego. Jared's PC account would be cool if they brought back CCAB. Yeah. I the Ender, even if they did the cast as minifigs, and did the sets based on Matanui online game, that would be pretty baller. Yeah, right? BioTube. I don't believe they're going to do Bionicle for the 90th set, even if we made number 1. I agree, there's a potential of that. I do think they'll use that data for something that we may get sets later. Who knows, right? I mean, maybe, you know? If they made one small, inexpensive set alone, I think maybe they could see it profitable, but I don't know, dude. They don't really roll that way, you know what I mean? T Tallbox says there's a new Lego Technic survey form by Lego where they ask what new things you would want. Obviously, we all have to write Bionicle. No way. Actually, there's a new Lego Technic survey. I mean, that'd be cool. Like, if Mindstorms is still around, why not implement some Bionicle build into it? The Bionicle builds that I liked, which were like the original Rocky. No, like, overuse of ball joints and stuff. I'm, like, not the biggest fan. Like, far and few in between, I like them, but like an entire system like CCBS was just like too many balls, too many. Was a big fan of like Technic and not so much as construction as much as like pins and rods with the holes in them, gears. Like, I think you could incorporate Bionicle into that. So T Tallbox, let me know. Either comment on this video with a link or post it in here, message me on, I think you're on our Discord. Whatever you can, Instagram, whatever, just send me the link because I'd love to make a video about that to let fans know that they can go to the Technic survey and write in Bionicle. Eye of the Ender says also it's Eye of Ender. Nice. That makes a lot of sense. Like Ender, like Minecraft. All right. Jared's PC account. What if the anniversary set sells so well they decide to make it into an actual series? I doubt it that one single set would make them do so, but you do never know with how these things go. You never know. Yoshi, do you play JRPGs? And do you think Bionicle could work in that style? Oh, like RPGs. Yes, obviously. I think the Island of Matanui alone could be like a Red Dead level game. Can you imagine? Dude, that is something. Like, again, I think to make a video game on the level of Red Dead, even let's say like half the level of like a Red Dead, you need like $180 million, like 150, let's say $100 million. And that's like being generous. It's so expensive. Sure, you could argue you could maybe do it for a couple million, but anything less than that, man, it is just so hard. Now, if an investor was out there, not only did I think it'd be awesome, it would make money. Yeah, sometimes T-Tallbox, the live chat doesn't allow links, unfortunately, but DM me on Instagram. I think you have my Instagram. If nobody does, it's the Zach Cap on Instagram. ZACH. What were we? Oh, yeah. So an RPG in the style of Bionicle. Of course, I think it'd be successful. I think a successful RPG is one that has invested story and like really cool world and like a lot of stuff to do and side missions and 100% Matanui. Taking Matanui online game and making it an RPG would be epic, no doubt. Lord, find a guess. What do you think about elitism inside our community, like disregarding CCBS as inferior just because it's not Bionicle system or the possibility of a Brickonicle line? I mean, elitism in general, I don't really side with. I think like there's subjectivity and I think like subjectivism and like some people anyone's allowed to have their opinions. Like I personally don't really like CCBS. Like they didn't really use it until like mid Hero Factory and then with the new Bionicle G2. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm not gonna like totally shit on it. You know, I think like at the end of the day, it's still really cool. It's still a really cool way to build, and I don't know. I wouldn't say it's inferior. It's not my favorite, but you know, that's the way I go about it. Possibility of Brickonicle, dude, I would be down. I mean, obviously, it'd be unfortunate to not see a lot of Technic involved, But there's no way around it, man. For me, it's if a story is back and it's a good story, like they could bring Bionicle back in the form of Brickonicle. And if the sets were meh and the story was terrible, I don't even know if I would be interested, even though that's crazy. But interesting. Toada Guard Cat, good to see you. I'm good. I got your name. Remember when I was having so much trouble with your name originally? Ah, he made good on the life-size Kanohi. Hanu, I see. Huna, yeah. Huna. Yeah, I did. And now I just need to find strings, so that way I don't need to hold it, and I can just put it on when we do chats and stuff. It'd be fun. I should wear this. I should, like, put an actual mask behind it and wear it when I go grocery shopping. How many people do you think would notice? They'd be like, sir, you need to put on a mask. I go, dude, what are you talking about? Right here. Cliff Melbourne, RC Rahi would be great. Technic Survey, got a link to share. Yes, share that link, and if you can DM me, I will put it on, or through Instagram or something, I will put it on a video soon. Yoshi Dude, just ask about pure Technic builds for older fans. Yeah, that's true. It's probably ridiculous to just say Bionicle, but what are you going to do? Link to the Discord. Zach, what's your Discord? I'll make a separate video with that. I can't really, like, I'll make a video with the link probably on our live show tomorrow. I'm trying to, through our Discord on our live show tomorrow, have 3 to 4 BioTubers that I enjoy having on. And then we'll post the public Discord link there. But, yeah, I mean, it's Bio Talk, like Biospace Talk. I don't know if it's that easy to look it up, though. I just started using it, so, forgive me. It's going to take a little time. Clips Films Melbourne says, Thornax from Hero Factory Breakout, isn't that look familiar to Nui Rama? A little bit, yeah. Night Dude 321, good to see you. Says, I love the mask, the Taraga Vakama mask. Yeah, pretty great, right? Clips Films Melbourne, when I was a young kid, I think the Nui Rama Rahi looked like ugly attack choppers. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. T Tallbox. Well, pasted the link in your most recent video. All right, cool. I get all the comments notifications, so I'll go ahead and check that out. BioScrawl 97. Huh, he did look similar to the Nui Rama, yeah. Bionicle Matanui RPG, yeah, would be awesome. Lord Finnegas, yeah, same for me. I would love to see good old Bionicle system back, but as you said, it's a preference. Totally. The Red Octopus, good to see you, man, says, what's up? What's up, Red Octopus? The Man in Black, when I tried to approach the Bionicle community here in my country some years ago, they told me things like, aren't you too young to like Bionicle, and tried to check how much I knew about the lore. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, most Bionicle fans are right now between the ages of 22, I would say. Like, Bionicle fans that grew up with G1 are between, like, 20, maybe at the youngest, like, 20 to 34, So, if you're younger than 22, 21, it doesn't matter. You can still love Bionicle and know the lore, but definitely read up on it, if you want to, like, roll with the big boys or whatever. Tuckeros, is there a Discord invite? Eventually, yeah. Again, I'm just learning Discord, so it's eventually, yes. BioScrawl 97, I'll say this. They started to get the hang of CCBS when the Masters came out. Oh, for sure. Eye of Ender, your Huna is missing Vakama's epic eyebrows. I guess, if you're talking about the movie version, definitely missing the eyebrows. The Red Octopus, what did I miss, my G? Well, if you missed anything, because we're going to be going for another 20 minutes or so, probably like, honestly, more like 10 or 15. Unfortunately, I couldn't go super long, guys. I have stuff I got to do later. But I wanted to check in with you guys because I haven't done one of these in a week or two. I've been posting videos, and I'll be doing one of these that hopefully is like a 2-hour show tomorrow. I'm going to talk to some other BioTubers and get them on. I think maybe Kyler Nuva, Larnu, Geo, Guinness Walker, a couple of the guys that I really like that we talked last time when we did BioTalk Live. My friend's out of town, he'll let me use his PC, and so I will be doing basically a live show from there. And it'll be fun. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, I just wanted to do this to also just check in with what kind of topic videos you guys think I should discuss. And we've gotten a couple ideas, so thank you for that. I also wanted to show you this. I literally got home after being out of town in San Francisco for a job, saw that I got this in the mail and said, I have to make a video about this. I'll just go live. All right. Retro Zaid, yo, glad to make one of these streams since I've been watching your content since 2009. Dude, thank you so much. It's great to see you. I've been noticing too that my videos, even now that are getting views and subscribers, people are going, oh man, the guy's back. He's back. 100% I'm back, trying to make videos at least once a week and a live show at least once a week. So At least keeping content to 2 times a week or so. That's my hope. That's my goal. Let's see if we can do it. Thoughts on a Bionicle Transformers crossover? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they're run by Hasbro and Lego, two different companies. Toe to Guard Cat. Imagine if life-size Kanohi are equipped with pieces. Gotta be biting on a nub. Yeah, like chewing down. Oh my god. The Man in Black. That's one of the reasons I am. That's one of the reasons I'm a lonely collector. Haha. Honestly, you get more support from who doesn't know Bionicle fan than the real ones. Totally. Yeah. Sorry, I'm in a live. What's up? Yeah. Unless it's urgent. Okay. Cool. Sounds good. That was my friend. I have playing some night golf tonight. I don't know, right? I'm not that athletic, but I like playing night golf. It's fun. um, all right, the Man in Black. That's one of the reasons I'm a lonely collector, because some people doesn't know Bionicle than from the real fans, right? The Red Octopus says I'm 21. Wow. Yoshi dude, I grew up with all the G1 and I'm now 17. Really? You mean you grew up with G2, right? Bionicle Forever says, when do you think you'll be able to show off your collection to or display it? Not for a while, dude. Not till I move into a bigger, my own place. I have shelves ready, and I grab every single Bionicle up from the Northwest, Seattle, Washington, where I was from, where I grew up, and drive it all down in my car. And it's not crazy. I could do it in one trip. But I'd say within a year, but not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. Um, Bioscrawl. I'm 21-year-old and got into Bionicle in '07. That's awesome. Toy to Guard Cat. Again, I'm 19 but happen to be great at absorbing lore. That's awesome, dude. I like seeing younger fans getting into it. I like to know because that helps keep it alive. Um, the Man in Black. You guys heard that CrowdShare is releasing a new theme or CrowdShell? Yeah, I've heard that they're working on some stuff. I haven't seen anything yet, but I've heard about it. GG Doug, just started watching your vids recently. Good stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate the support. Honestly, I'm trying to keep it going. James Irving, theme? Yeah, I'm exactly James. I wonder what exactly theme he means. Bioscrawl 97 got most of the Baraki, Toa, Mari, Defiliac, and Dekar from '07. That's awesome. I loved those sets. That was my introduction to Baraki. Because before the Baraki were on shelves, it was just those two Matoran at like my local Toys R Us. So December '06, I was able to find those. It was pretty great. That's before I did YouTube. Jared's, I love Crowd Shell. I do too. If you guys watched my most recent top Bionicle band songs, they pretty much were in the top 5, for most of their stuff. The Red Octopus, for real, I've been watching your content since ages as well. Basically grew up with your channel. That means like so much to me, dude. Like, it's awesome. It's like I love that, but I also live with some guilt because I know I like dropped off the face of the planet and like, looking back on it, maybe could have shot them in better quality and everything. But I was riding my life, dude. I was 12 years old. I was just having a good time, and I was like making money on YouTube. It was insane from like ad revenue. It's like I'm in 8th grade, making like a decent living for someone that's like 13, 14. It was pretty fun, pretty cool, and it means a lot to me that it means a lot to you. Marcus, which Baraki are you missing? None. I have them all. Oh, Bioscrawl. You guys are talking to each other. I miss Elec, also Konga from the Mari. Look them up. Buy them. The Red Octopus. I just finished my '06 collection. Only missing 4 of the Voya Tauren. That's awesome. Yoshi Dude. Nah, G1. That's awesome. I mean, Yoshi Dude, that means you had to have been like 3 when you got into Bionicle, but that's still epic. That's awesome, dude. Chuglet, did you ever notice in the Mask of Light that Tahu has wires coming out of his mask going in the back of his head? Yeah, I do. A lot of the designs were like that. It's really cool, actually. Marcus, I have Kongo. He's kind of boring and stumpy, but I like his mask, though. I have the Ender. The Baraki are up there with the Rockji in terms of storytelling, to be honest. Yoshi, dude. Got a bunch of Bionicles in 2009 from '01 to '07. You got me into the deep lore. Awesome, dude. Nitron, good to see you, man. I have yet to experience the Bionicle Dream, but I do remember dreaming about playing with certain original Bionicle sets as if I already owned them. Well, that's pretty close. Kafelcon. I had another, if I'm saying that right, Kafelcon. I had another Bionicle Dream and woke up my ex, when my ex showed up. It was 4 a.m. now. Shame. It was such a nice dream, too. We revamped City Rock with a mix of System, Technic, and CZBS. Wow. I just like the system head, though. Bioscrowl. I've always liked how Kongo Mari, shown his own torso build, distinguished him from everyone else. Tarkur's channel of random things. I got into G1 around the age of 3 with the Parak Va. Interesting. That's amazing. Nitron, original as in new, never before seen set. Marcus, yeah, I was surprised with his torso when I first got him. Only Pohatu has it. Eye of Ender, he means Crowshell's coming out with a new album. Yeah, I've heard that. Eye of Ender, I don't know what happened with More Than Machines, though. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. The Man in Black, my most recent Bionicle dream always involves the 2003 Titans. Damn, I want them so bad. Lord Cthulhu, I own every comic book, the whole collection. That's great, me too, and that's the best way to keep yourself up with it. I will say, you go to Biomedia Project, and they have all the books, all the comics, just scanned for anyone to read. Pretty insane. Clips Films Melbourne. Remember what I said about Bionicle Heroes Roxy models? They have the Tometru leg piece that was used for the arm that they broke the physics of the toy. Clips Films Melbourne. That was back in the previous system. GG Doug. I'm 17. I got into Bionicle during the Hero Factory Brainwave, but I knew how to use the internet, and I found G1. I've been obsessed since. That's awesome, man. You went out of your way, and you did it. Retrozade. I'm missing Jollar Mari and parts of Matoro, which is my first set. Get on it. Go to Bricklink. You know what to do. No, it's expensive hobby, dude. GJ Elastar, this is so cool and awesome. Thanks, man. You're awesome. Marcus, Bioscrawl, what's your favorite year? Nitron, I was turning 9 and 10 when Bionicle hit shelves in 2001. Yoshi, dude, in 09, I should have been 7 or so. Wow, crazy. Bioscrawl, I've been such a Bionicle nerd and fan for 5 years. That's awesome, man. It's been, like, dead for, like, 5 years. But it's kind of coming back, you know? The community is. Bioscrawl, it's incredibly iconic to me. T Tallbox. Welp, I think the comment in the link is gone, so just Google this. The Brick Fantastic Lego Technic. And the first link in the article to this link is the Lego Technic form. Go ahead, T Tallbox, though, and DM me on Instagram. Talking about the Red Octopus. Talking about your song vid. Since you got back into rock through Crowd Shell, are you listening to rock and metal in general? Yeah, I still do. I love new metal, Korn, Slipknot, System of a Down. Yeah, love all those bands, dude. I like music in general, but rock will always be, like, number one. Clips Films Melbourne. I would wonder if someone have the axe and pin connector, ball joint sockets round, and replicate Bionicle Hero Mox. Someone might have done that. The Man in Black. Yeah, I don't own any books. I read them all on Biomedia Project. Totally. Descard Cat. Personally got into the expensive lore in the latter end of the theme. Really into Biomedia Project and the habit of scavenging through the wiki. Dude, totally. Absorb that stuff. Marcus. Yeah, I like the dark underwater where everything moves slow. Or does it? Joseph. Expensive is relative. I'm on Bricklink right now. The mask costs that like 3/4 of the parts I need. Oh, more than, yeah. Most of the parts are cheap. The masks are expensive. Totally. All right. Guys, I've been going for about an hour. Unfortunately, I got to go because I have stuff to do tonight. But this has been great. Even though it was 1 hour, this was a lot of fun. I will be doing another one of these tomorrow, hopefully with a couple BioTubers, and working on that next topic video for you guys. But this was a lot of fun, as it always is, and it was great talking to you all. Yeah, I'm excited to keep doing this. It's fun being back. Usually I do these for 2 to 3 hours, but I've got stuff I got to do. I just got home. Literally, I got in from San Francisco, saw that I got this mask, and said, I'm going to do a live stream to talk to you guys about it. If you go to masksofpower.etsy.com, you can order these. And whatever mask you want, they got it. So go ahead and check that out. I appreciate the work you did. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad to see you all here. I'll see y'all next time here on BioTalk.